All right, greetings everybody. Drop me a comment and I want to make sure that you can hear me, make sure that the AirPods are working. I want to welcome you to this practice today. We are going to get started in about 1 minute, so we're just going to allow everybody to drop in and get settled. Make sure you have your yoga mat. If you want any props, that's optional. Thank you for confirming. You can hear me. Great. Beautiful. Remember to leave a comment and let me know where you're joining from. We are going to do a 30-minute practice inspired from my new series, Yang and Yin, now available on Interdimension TV. And then following that 30-minute practice, we will also be doing a Q&A where you can ask me questions about the series or questions about your yoga practice. And it's been a while since I've done that here on YouTube. So thank you for being here and thank you for being a part of this YouTube Live. I'm seeing everybody come in. Russia, Cancun, Mexico, El Salvador, France, Germany. Winnie the Pooh is here and says, Hola, El Salvador, Canada, Roma, Italy, Milan, Italy, a lot of Italians, Sweden, Portugal, California, Slovenia, and on and on. So looks like a beautiful global community. And I think we should go ahead and jump into things and get this practice started. All right, so let's make our way onto our mats. And we'll start off in mountain pose, Tadasana. This class is inspired from the second Yang and Yin class in my new series available on Interdimension TV. So we'll start here at mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's bring the hands to prayer position in front of the heart, backs of the thumbs, middle of the chest. Take a moment, close your eyes, bring your awareness inward inside. The first half of the class will be power yoga. The second half of the class will be Yin Yoga with the intention of coming back in a deep energetic way into balance, the balance of Yin and the balance of Yang. So take a moment here to set that intention. May this practice bring us back to balance, back to wholeness. Take a big, deep inhale through your nose. And then out your mouth, exhale, let it go as you release your arms down by your sides. Circle your arms up overhead as you inhale, interlace the fingers, turn the palms inside out, get a good stretch up. And then on the exhale, you're going to rotate to the right. Same exhale, you're going to lean back and look up, taking a couple of breaths in the twisting arch, stretching all the way down into that lower back. On your next inhale, come back facing forward. And then on an exhale, you're going to rotate to the left, gently lean back, look up. A couple of breaths there as well. Beautiful. Inhale, come back facing forward. And then on the exhale, forward fold, go ahead and melt all the way over and down. Flat back on an inhale, so you can bring your hands to your shins, or you can leave your fingers on the ground, whatever feels right for you and your body right now. And then on the exhale, you're going to step back to plank pose, upper push-up position, taking a moment there. Strong through the inner hands, through the index and the thumbs. Go ahead and float your right foot off the ground a few inches as you inhale. And then right knee over to the left arm as you exhale. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, right toes on the mat. Other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And then on the exhale, left knee to right arm. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, left toes on the mat. Take a good by inhale, strong through your core. And then on the exhale, lower slowly all the way down to the floor, right onto your belly. Release the tops of the feet, extend back to your toes. Twisting cobra to the right. So inhale, peel the right chest open. And then on the exhale, lower down. Other side. Inhale, peel the left chest open. And then exhale, lower down. Come up the middle. Big inhale, chest lies up, shoulders slide back and down, nice long neck. And then down dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Couple of breaths there, first down dog of this practice. I'm gonna walk out the feet a little bit, stretch the backs of the legs, the heels, and the calves. Beautiful, and then find a more still down dog, spreading and fanning wide through your fingers, wrapping the outer shoulders back. Take an inhale, stretch back, deepen in. And then on your exhale, just walk your feet all the way forward to the top of your mat. Flat back on the inhale. Forward fold on the exhale. Relax the head. Big inhale, rise and fly. Both arms up, interlace. Palms to the sky. And then on the exhale, turn to the right. Gently lean back and look up. Inhale, face forward. Then on the exhale, turn to the left, gently lean back, look up, twisting arch. Inhale, face forward. And then on the exhale, forward fold, melt down. Flat back on the inhale, elongate through the spine. Step back to plank pose, pause there. Lift the right foot up, inhale. Right knee, left arm cross, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, set it on the mat. Lift the left leg up, inhale. Left knee, right arm, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, set it on the mat. Take a goodbye inhale, strong upper body. And then exhale, lower down as you defy gravity. Twisting cobra to the right, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Twisting cobra to the left, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Come up the middle, inhale, give yourself a little back massage. And then exhale, down dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Good, you guys. Now from here, lift your heels up as you inhale. And then swivel your heels over to the right as you exhale. And then breathe into your left ribs and breathe into the left side of your torso. It's a nice, steady, smooth breathing to create a nice, steady, equanimous mind. Come back to center as you inhale. And then other side as you exhale. Now breathing into your right ribs. Pretty amazing what we can cover in just 30 minutes. Getting both the benefits of power and also the benefits of yin. Come back to middle, heels high, hips high. Keep the hips high, but start to drop your heels down. Take a goodbye inhale, press back through the tops of your thigh bones. And then on an exhale, walk those feet, top of the mat this time, feet together, big toes touch. Flat back inhale, forward fold, exhale, bend the knees, squat back, chair pose. Bringing that fluidity into your transitions. The way that you flow in and out of the pose is just as important as the pose itself. Take a goodbye inhale, chair. Sweep your hands to the right on the exhale, like you're clearing a path. Inhale, back to chair. And then as you exhale, you're gonna stand up, turn to the left, spread those arms out wide like a T. Inhale forward, back to chair. Sweep the hands to the left on the exhale, gliding your arms through air. Inhale, back to chair. And then stand up, rotate to the right as you exhale, arms wide like a T again. Back to chair one more time. Squat back, lift up and reach as you inhale, spread through the fingers. And then forward fold, exhale, cascade down. Flat back, inhale, pull that air to the bottoms of the lungs. And then exhale, chaturanga, dandasana, lower down steady. Cobra or upward dog, inhale, spread across the chest. And then down dog, exhale, hips high. Now lift the right leg up parallel to the ground as you inhale. And then bring your right knee to your right arm, exhale. Swing the right knee to the left arm, inhale. Swing it to the right arm, exhale. Pull the right leg back, inhale. And then flow the right foot to the top of the mat. Runner's lunge as you exhale. Get steady through the lower body, and from that stability, go ahead and take your arms and reach those vertical to the sky into crescent pose. So both hips facing forward. Take a big inhale, reach up through your arms, and then bring your hands to prayer position in front of your chest. Now on your next inhale, you're going to turn to the right. You're going to spread those arms out wide. And then reverse that. On the exhale, come back facing forward, hands connect. Two more like that. Inhale, turn, open and spread. And then exhale, back to the front. One more time. Inhale, feel the expansion. And then exhale, feel the consolidation. Now arms to the sky, inhale, feel the elevation. And then vinyasa, lower all the way down as you feel the awakening. Inhale, enliven the spine. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. And now the other side. So left leg up, parallel to the ground, inhale. Left knee, left arm, exhale. Swing right arm, inhale. Swing left arm, exhale. Press it back, inhale. Top of the mat, exhale. As you're ready, crescent pose. Take both arms all the way up. Take a moment, come back to your breath. Find your center. Take a big inhale, reach up. And then exhale, hands come down the midline. Turn to the left, inhale, open wide. Exhale, forward, palms reconnect. Inhale, open and turn. Exhale, forward. One more time. Inhale, Vyanavayu. Exhale, forward, Samanavayu. Inhale, arms come up. Find your full expression. And then Vinyasa as you ride the waves of breath. Inhale, awakening the yang. And then the yin. Exhale, down dog. All right, beautiful, you guys. So that's what we call the setup round. Now we're going to come into what we call the flow rounds. So the flow rounds, we pick up the pace, move with a little more speed, and create a little bit more stamina challenge. If you need to take a break, you can always drop your knees. Child's pose is always there. Otherwise, if you're with me, ready to flow, on your mark, get set, let's go. Inhale, press back. Exhale, walk or jump, top of the mat. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, bend the knees. Chair pose, inhale. Sweep the arms right, exhale. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, turn to the left. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, sweep it to the left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, turn right. Back to chair on the inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale. Vinyasa on the exhale. Big inhale, open the lungs. Exhale, down dog in the flow. Right leg up, inhale. Right knee, right arm, exhale. Swing left, inhale. Swing right, exhale. Extend it back, inhale. Flow it deep, exhale. Crescent pose, inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to prayer, finding center. Turn, open to the right. One time, inhale. Palms together, face forward, exhale. Crescent on the inhale, reach up. And then vinyasa, lower down, elbows in. Big inhale, sweep, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Left arm, exhale. Pendulum right, inhale. Pendulum left, exhale. Pierce it back, inhale. Stick it deep, exhale. Inhale, crescent, root to rise. Exhale, trace the center line. Inhale, open, spread wide. Exhale, back to the front side. Inhale, lift up and reach to the sky. Exhale, vinyasa, finding harmony of breath, body, and mind. Inhale, chest scoops up. Exhale, down dog. Let's keep it going. Inhale, press back. Exhale, walker spring. Top of the mat. Flat back, inhale. Fold, exhale. Squat deep. Chair, inhale. Sweep it right. Clear that path. Exhale. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand up. Spread left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to the left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, turn right. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, sternum up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right arm touch. Swing left, inhale. Swing right, exhale. Pull back, inhale. Flow deep, exhale. Inhale, crescent, come up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, turn right, hold there. Come back to your breath. And maintain the equanimity through the challenge and the adversity. Take your back right hand, place that on your left hamstring. Take your left arm and reach it all the way up to the sky. Take your right knee, right thigh, bend it a little low, but simultaneously pull your left arm up high as it'll go. Awesome, guys. Now, both arms up on the inhale. Spread the arms out. Warrior 3, airplane balance. So spread those arms out wide, taking flight. Torso level with that back left leg. And do a little breath check. Be sure not to hold the breath. When I stifle my breath, I stifle my power. Take a goodbye inhale to fly. Hands to the ground. Left leg stays up in the sky. So standing splits. If you want, you could always put a block underneath the hands. If you want, you could even grab the back of your right heel, right calf with your right hand. And then draw your forehead in towards that right knee, right shin. Find your place. And then breathe into whatever arises. One last inhale there. You're going to drop the left foot back about 3.5, 4 feet behind you. Pyramid pose. Straighten your right knee, right leg. If you need to, you could put a couple blocks underneath the hands. So right toes straight forward. Left toes angled towards the top left-hand corner of the mat. On the inhale, pull the spine out. And then on the exhale, fold on top of that right knee, right leg. And get it while you can, because in a class like this, the holds are a little bit shorter. Keeping up the pace, covering some ground. Good, now from here, we're gonna lean into that left hand, left fingertips. We're gonna take that right arm and reach it all the way up, coming into twisting triangle pose. So feel the top of the right thigh draw back. Feel heavy in your left heel as you roll that right chest open and you turn your navel towards your inner right thigh. Give it one last big opening as you inhale, and then hand to the floor as you exhale. Now start to bend that right knee, lift your left leg up parallel to the ground, setting up for twisting half moon. If you want, use a block to go underneath your left hand. Keeping both hips in that neutral rotation. When you're ready, right arm all the way up to the sky. Left leg charges back with ferocity, with strength, with intention, with power. Big inhale, full expression. And exhale, release the left foot, right hand down, forward fold. Flat back on that inhale. Fold on the exhale, bend the knees, squat back. Chair pose on the inhale. And then hands to prayer on the exhale, left elbow, outer right knee, right thigh. Chair twist as we keep the twisting alive. Like you're giving yourself a full body massage. Now bring your left hand into a fist. Drape your right hand on top of that fist. And every exhale, press your left elbow, left tricep onto that outer right thigh as you barrel the right ribs open to the sky. Stay with that steady breathing. And then start to lift your left heel towards your left glute so the left foot hovers off the ground. And then slow-mo, lunge your left foot, left toes, all the way towards the back of the mat. Lock in through the inner legs, the inner thighs. If you want more, you could drop your left hand down on the outside of your right foot, but it's not necessary. So you take it to your degree. You honor what it is that your body's speaking to you, and then that guarantees that you finish your class feeling amazing. Now give that one last little twist, and then crescent on the inhale. Both arms shine to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step the right foot back to plank, pause there. Good, now check this out. Bring your right hand over to the right, off of your yoga mat. Lower halfway down, inhale. Come back up, exhale. Set the right hand back underneath the right shoulder, plank. Other side. Left hand over to the left. Inhale, lower halfway. Exhale, back to plank. 2 more rounds. Right hand to the right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back to plank. Left hand over. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back to plank. 1 more round. Right hand over. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back to plank. Last side, you got this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back to plank. Now hold there. Goodbye, inhale. Lower down, strong exhale. Inhale, cobra. Everything wide. Exhale, down dog. Last side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left arm touch. Inhale, swing right. Exhale, swing left. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, crescent, float up light. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, open to the left. Hold there. Come back to the breath. Your breath is your lifeline. Take your back hand. Bring it to your right hamstring. Take your right arm and reach it all the way up and back for the one arm arching crescent pose. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left arm up, inhale. Spread the arms out, start leaning forward. Let's fly, you guys. Airplane, balancing pose. I don't know about you, but after a good yoga practice, even if it's only 30 minutes, I just feel like I'm soaring into the rest of my day, even into tomorrow. One last inhale with levity, get light. Exhale, both hands down. Right leg stays up wherever you want it to be. And always good to do an ego check. Make sure that you're never pushing beyond the boundaries of what your wisdom knows to be right for you in any given moment. Keep this in mind. Ego disconnects. Love and wisdom reconnects. Take one last inhale there. And then step the right foot back about 3.5, 4 feet. Pyramid pose. Breath in and out through the nose. Mind in the yoga zone. Inhale, pull the spine out far as it'll go. Exhale, indulge.
into a sweet forward fold. So you feel the tissues across the back of that left leg getting that stretch before we make the final ascent to the end of the power yoga portion of this class. All right, you guys, let's lean into the 5 right fingertips. Feel free to use a block there if you want. Take that left arm and reach it over and up, twisting triangle. So each inhale, see if you can get a little bit more length as you entice your heart forward. And then each exhale, see if you can turn a little bit deeper into the twist. So you're working with your breath. It's kind of like sailing. You just hoist your sails up and you harness the wind of the breath, and that does the work. You yield to that, you become one with that, and it takes care of everything. One more inhale, open wide. Exhale, left hand glides down. Put a little bend into that front right knee. Lift that right leg up parallel to the ground. Again, maybe a block underneath the right hand. Engage the abductors, inner thighs when you're ready. Left arm over and up. Left leg charges downward. Right leg charges backward. Heart charges forward. Left arm charges upward. You're moving your body in every direction, defying and reversing the effects of gravity on the body. One last inhale, open. And exhale, release, forward bend. Good job, you guys, almost there. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, bend the knees, squat down. Chair pose with grace. Exhale, hands to that heart space. Right elbow, outer left knee, left thigh. Chair twist. So we'll bring that right hand into a fist. Drape the left hand on top of that fist, and then start to lift your right foot up, hover it off the ground, and then lunge your right foot back. If you want to drop the right hand down outside of that left foot, feel free. Left arm up to the sky, coming into a deep twist, or you keep the hands in that prayer position variation. Give it one last little squeeze there. And then rise up, caressing on the inhale. And hands to the ground on the exhale. Step the left foot back to plank. 3 yogi push-ups. Inhale, lower halfway. Exhale, push up. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, rise. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, press up. Good. Drop the elbows down. Forearm plank pose. Interlace the fingers, the hands, root down into the forearms, the elbows. Lift the right foot up. Bring the right knee to the right arm. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg back. Right toes on the mat. We got another side. Left foot up. Breath steady. Left knee, left arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg back, left toes on the mat, swivel the heels to the right, inhale. Center exhale, swivel left, inhale. Middle exhale, 2 more. Inhale right, exhale middle. Inhale left, exhale middle, 1 more. Inhale right, exhale middle. Inhale left, exhale middle. Climb up onto the hands, plank. Take a goodbye inhale there. Exhale, lower down, last vinyasa. Inhale, last cobra. Exhale, last down dog. Good job, everybody. Take a big, deep inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, exhale, let it all go. Take a goodbye inhale, press back, down dog. And then release the knees down to the ground. And you earned this one. Deer pose. So right leg forward, right knee bent about 90 degrees. Left shin runs down the left side of the mat. chest facing forward as you begin to drape out over that right leg. And now we take advantage of the warmth that you created, of the warmth that you produce through the power yoga, through the activation of that yang energy. And the yang ultimately helps to increase the yin as well. And it works the other way as well. The yin helps to increase the yang. So one way that you can look at this is that the power increases strength, and then the yin increases flexibility. And we're looking for that beautiful combination, that beautiful synergy of being the embodiment of both strength and flexibility. Allow the breath to slow back down. See if you can breathe in for about 4 to 5 seconds, nice and smooth. And breathe out for about 4 to 5 seconds, nice and smooth, in and out through the nose, nasal breathing. Feeling yourself also finding that balance between both sides, both branches of your nervous system. The active branch, and then the restorative branch. Go ahead and come all the way back up. Lean into that outer right hip, swing the left leg forward, setting up for what we call half butterfly in Yin Yoga. So left leg forward, sole of the right foot to that inner left leg, left thigh. Both arms come up as you inhale, and then fold over and down as you exhale. That word yoga has a lot of different meanings and definitions. One of the most common meanings is that it means to unite, to yoke, to connect. So right now in this pose, see if you can fully 110% unite your mind with your breath. Thinking about yesterday. I'm not planning for tomorrow. I'm just fully invested in this moment that's happening right here, right now. Being one with my breath, one with the pose, one with the experience, with the practice. Go ahead and ease your way all the way back up. And now we'll do deer pose on the other side. So left leg forward, right knee, right shin over towards the right side of the mat, facing forward here. When you're ready, just allow the torso to drape out over that left leg. If you have a block and you want to put that underneath the forehead to support the weight of the head, that can be really nice to allow your neck muscles to relax. You can also salt it through your jaw and all the other muscles in the face. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, tension is who you think you are, but relaxation is who you really are. So the tensions, the stress, the anxieties, the negativities that we carry ultimately manifest within our bodies. very often through tension. So one of the great gifts of Yin is that it specifically creates an opportunity, an opening to allow us to dissolve that tension away within the deepest tissues of our body, our deep fascia, our joints, connective tissues. Feel yourself transforming heaviness into lightness, tension into relaxation, contraction into expansion. Go ahead and come all the way back up. Lean into that outer left hip, swing that right leg forward. Sole the left foot to that inner right thigh. Both arms come up as you inhale. And then half butterfly on the other side as you exhale. Couple more breaths there. Beautiful, and then from here, just come all the way up. And we'll come into a comfortable seated position to close out the yoga practice. Find a comfortable seat if you want. You can sit on a block. Bring your hands wherever it feels right. Close the eyes. Sit up tall. Slightly bow the forehead down. And we'll just take these last moments here of our practice to drop into a little internal solitude, silence, serenity, and source. From here, bring both hands to prayer position in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Giving gratitude to this practice for bringing you back to the balance of yin and yang, of strength and flexibility, of power and gentleness. Backs of the thumbs to the center of the forehead for clarity of mind. Fingers to the mouth for thoughtfulness of speech. And hands back to the middle of the chest, the heart for consistency of action. Allowing your yoga to shine through all that you think, all that you say, and all that you do. Much health, much wealth, much love to you. Namaste.
Thank you so much for your practice. Now we're just gonna jump right into a little Q&A, a little question and answer. Pull up my chair here. I know we went a little bit over, but drop a comment and let me know how your practice was. Hope you enjoyed it. So again, that particular practice that we just moved through was from my brand new series called Yang and Yin, available on Interdimension TV. If you're interested, there's a link below where you can do a 10-day free trial of Interdimension TV. What you see here on YouTube is just the appetizer. So if you're interested in the full course meal, I would love to welcome you to our Interdimension TV community. And you can experience my full library of content. Not only the Yang and Yin series, but the Flow and Stretch program, 60 Days of Power and Yin, Level Up 108, PY 108, 108-day programs, multiple programs, also other amazing teachers. So if you're interested, be sure to check out Interdimension TV. In the meantime, what questions do you have in regards to your practice? Okay, Robbie Houston says, I injured, not a tear, 20 years ago, 99% healed, fine for years, been bothering me the last few years. Can you recommend yin exercises for the knee? Yeah, I had a really severe knee injury myself. I got hit by a car as a pedestrian, and I went to all these doctors, all these healers. I talk about this in my Yin Yoga book, A Journey into Yin Yoga. But essentially what helped me heal my knee was Yin Yoga. And specifically the pose that I would do is called the saddle pose, which in the beginning was pretty painful, but it was actually that good pain of initiating the process where the fibroblasts and hyaluronic acid could go in and repair the area that had been damaged from that particular injury. Now, if you have a skeletal injury, Yin Yoga is not really going to help. But if it's soft tissue related, then it can very often almost be miraculous within what it's capable of doing for the body. The key is persistency, so I would recommend doing it every other day. Try it for 30 days. Hold the stretch for 3 to 5 minutes and see how you do. All right, what other questions do we have here? I see a question here about losing weight, which is something that often comes up. Thank you, Patty, for the question/comment. For me, I like to use the expression more of losing fat than losing weight, because what's really important for our longevity is having lean body mass. And that's something that we don't want to lose. So if we're just going based off a number on a scale, then we may be losing muscle, but we think because the scale is going down that that's a good thing. So potentially what we want to do is we want to maintain or even increase lean body muscle, and then we want our fat range to be in a range that is healthy. We can obviously go into a fat percentage that's too low, which isn't good as well. We can be in a fat percentage that's too high. So it's kind of like the theme of the practice that we just did. It's always about balance. It's about finding what the Buddha called the middle path. So in order to lose fat, we have to look at our nutrition. We have to make sure that we're eating a good, wholesome diet, and that we're not eating more than what we are expending. So it's just the laws of physics. If we're consuming more than we're burning, then naturally we're going to increase and we're going to gain weight. So if we want to lose weight, then we want to go into what's called a caloric deficit. And I recommend a caloric deficit of about 200 to 400 calories. It depends on the person, but just a minor caloric deficit. And you won't see big changes right away, but ultimately all good things in nature take time. And it's the same thing with losing weight or transforming our body. Typically anything that's fast and quick is not sustainable over the long run. In the Tao Te Ching, it says, nature never hurries, yet everything is accomplished. So be patient with yourself and be in a slight caloric deficit. One thing that can help in addition to a yoga practice, doing that regularly, is making sure that you're walking a ton. So you're walking 10 to 15,000 steps a day, and that will burn more calories and more fat. Ideally, you would do that first thing in the morning. There's a lot of benefits of doing that without any food in the stomach, getting out, getting sunlight to your eyes, breathing fresh air. Great practice, so try that. Let's see, Miriam, I just found you on YouTube. I'm hooked. Now I just want to do yoga, no other training. Do you do anything other than yoga to keep in shape? This is a question that's been coming up a lot lately. So I'm a big fan of cross training. Yoga by far is my main bread and butter. When I go to film a program, when I shoot something like the Yang and Yin series or the Flow and Stretch series or all my other programs, there's a lot of preparation that goes into those programs. So typically about 60 to 90 days before those programs, I'm having to do all those sequences because I'm creating the sequence, and then I want to make sure that when I go to teach that sequence, that I really know those sequences deep in my body, deep in my bones, so that when I go to teach, I don't have to think about what's coming up next, what the next pose is, where the sequence is going. And then I can open myself up to hopefully bring more inspiration, more wisdom, more insight infused into the experience for the students. So in preparation for that, I'm sometimes doing 4 to 8 hours of yoga a day. Now, it's not all power yoga. It may be half power and then half yin, which is why I'm so inspired by these yang and yin practices and the Flow and Stretch program on Interdimension TV, because that keeps it sustainable. That allows me to be able to do that day after day and not get injured, not get hurt, not get burned out, because I'm finding that balance of yang and yin. So when I teach these philosophies and these concepts, it's coming from a direct experience that I've had within my personal practice. Now, if I'm not preparing for a program, I may throw in other modalities. Last week, I went to a Muay Thai class, martial arts. So I'm kicking and I'm punching, amazing cardio, amazing for the core, for strengthening this area with all the twisting and turning. I've done also Shaolin Kung Fu. In June, I'm going to study at a Shaolin temple for a couple of weeks to do that. I also will sometimes do body weight exercises, I guess what you could call calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups, that kind of thing. And every now and then I'll also do some weight training, not a ton, because I find that weight training will increase a lot of strength, but then you start losing range of motion and mobility and flexibility. But we do want to make sure that as we get older, that again, we have a good amount of lean body mass. And then, as I said earlier, walking. Try and walk like periodically throughout the day, just getting those steps in. I think walking is an underestimated form of exercise. I used to do a lot of running, a lot of trail running through the mountains. But now, as I'm getting older, my body just responds really well to walking. So it's a good break. When I'm working in the office, I can step away and walk. Travis, tell us about the yoga teacher training, please. Where can we find it and how can we join? Thank you, Scarlett. Yoga teacher training. So we do two types of trainings. We do online and we do in person. Our in-person training is currently sold out. That's happening in Costa Rica in the fall. Technically, that's a hybrid training where we're meeting in person and then we're also doing it online. But because that's sold out, we do have what's called Interdimension Academy. And Interdimension Academy is for serious students that want to get certified to teach, or maybe you don't care about teaching, but you want to deepen your practice. So Interdimension Academy, we have a 200-hour online training. We also have trainings in advanced sequencing, Ayurveda, breath work. We're about to film a big one on meditation. And so those students that want to do a 500-hour training will also be able to do that as well. So that's available at Inner Dimension Academy. Lou White, personal question. Thank you for practice question. You wear what looks like a red elastic band on your wrist. Please explain. This is probably what you're talking about. This is a little bracelet that we got when we were in Bali last fall. And we went to this amazing temple in Ubud that was kind of off the beaten path, I guess you could say, a water temple. And at the end of it, after we went through all these waterfalls and caves, the priests, they tied this around my wrist and all of the students. And there's 3 colors. There's red, there's black, and there's white, which is symbolic of the energies of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the sustainer, and Shiva is the destroyer, and about threading those together. All right, couple more questions. Any yoga teacher training from you in Europe? No teacher trainings in Europe planned right now. We are about to go to Sardinia, Italy for retreats. Also about to announce more retreats next month in May that will happen next year. A lot of our retreats are sold out this year. We still have openings for the Interdimension Summit happening August 30th through September 2nd in North Carolina. That's going to be me and my wife Lauren, other Interdimension teachers, Michael, Brittany, and Brent. Full days of yoga master classes, workshops, panels, discussions, all in the beautiful mountains of North Carolina. If you're interested in that, you can go to my website, traviseliot.com, click on the events page, you'll find that. And then yes, I will be announcing more retreats happening next year in Europe. Not trainings, but will be yoga retreats. So be out on the lookout for that. If you're not, make sure that you're on my email list. You can sign up for that at traviseliot.com. All right, maybe 2 more questions. David Hill, would you recommend that a member sticks to a full series, say the 30 for 30, instead of jumping around to different program series that come up? Love being a member. Thanks. Thank you, David, for being part of Interdimension. Great question. And a good question. You know, I don't like to say that there's only one right way to do anything, but there's a reason why we create these programs. And we create them so that somebody can really go deep and deepen their practice. When you're jumping around, and a lot of people do this on YouTube where they just kind of do this one and do that. It's better than nothing. But when you're in a program that's well designed and it's thematic, you definitely will deepen your practice much more because you're in a system, you're in a framework that's been well thought out. And you're getting that good balance where you don't even have to think about what class you're going to do because the teacher's already designed it. So, for example, if you do PY 108 or Level Up 108 or Yoga 30 for 30, a lot of these programs you will do a power yoga class on day 1, another power yoga class on day 2, maybe a third power yoga class on day 3, but on day 4, we're going to do something relaxing and restorative like Yin Yoga. So again, it will be sustainable over the long term. We're also able to really include all the different aspects of yoga. So not just the physical aspects, but also the energetic and the subtle and the mental and the emotional and the spiritual through pranayama, through breath work, through meditations. And when you do all those, you're really hitting what we call the 6 human dimensions: body, energy, mind, heart, awareness, and soul. And that is the key. That is the ticket in this life, is to be igniting and working all those 6 dimensions if you're interested in fulfilling your potential. For example, if you take an athlete and that athlete is amazing on a physical level, but mentally they're lacking, not going to be well rounded, can never reach their potential. You need the full package. If you look at a scientist, somebody who's a genius on a mental level, but they're not taking care of their body, they will never be able to also fulfill their potential. So we need all those dimensions. And in our programs, we make sure, even if it's not explicitly stated, that we're hitting all those dimensions. And this is why at the end of a program, people often share feedback that the program was life-changing, because when you activate those 6 dimensions, you will change your life. Because when you change those dimensions, when you change your inner world, that has an impact on your outer world. All right, you guys, we went a little bit longer than originally anticipated, but I think we should probably wrap things up. I want to thank you again so much for being a part of YouTube community. I want to thank those of you that are part of our Interdimension TV community. The best way that you can support is by hitting that YouTube subscribe button, joining us at Interdimension TV. But if finances are an issue or whatever, we'll continue to release content here on YouTube, because I think that everybody, regardless of their financial situation, should have access to these practices of yoga and meditation. And I'm grateful for you in whatever way that we engage and connect. So look out for a new release. Right now we're releasing new classes every Saturday. And I guess that's it for now. Much health, much wealth, much love to you. Thank you for your practice.